Hey, what's going on? I got some news. Got some movie news. Some things happening in Hollywood. First and foremost, Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Forrest Whitaker and a lot of other characters. Their characters are being explained, what their roles are, and what they're doing, and a little bit about them in the film. And I'm just going to talk about Forrest Whitaker first because I love Forrest Whitaker as an actor. He's been acting for a very long time, and it was cool. I remember seeing some people's reaction when they saw the first teaser trailer, and it was like, Forrest Whitaker's in this. Oh man, Forrest Whitaker, and he's people respect him. They respect him as an actor. Playing a character named Saul Gerrera, and this character was created by George Lucas a long time ago, before he even started working on episode 1, 2, and 3, I believe. And he wanted to do a live action television series for Star Wars, and that was one of the characters that were supposed to be in it. But he ended up putting him in the Clone Wars animated series. The computer generated one, not the one that was in a style like Samurai Jack. I actually liked that animated series of Clone Wars. There was only 2 seasons, and it wasn't as fleshed out and deep as the most recent Clone Wars series. But I really liked that one. I thought it did its job. I thought it did enough. But I like the style of it and everything, and it came out right before episode 3, and it led right into episode 3. It was beautiful for me, and it just has a special place in my heart. But anyway, yeah, Forrest Whitaker's character, the guy I saw, he is very much, he's a rebel, and this was a guy who went too far, took things too far. And if you watch Clone Wars, the anime series, you know a little bit about him, but it's so cool that they brung him back for Rogue One. I think that was cool. And they said the producers and everybody working on the film just felt like there was only one person that could play this character when they decided to put him in Rogue One, and that was Forrest Whitaker. How cool is that to have that good of a stand in Hollywood, or just in acting and film, that people view you as a character and say, we want you. No screen testing, no damn auditioning, nobody else is in the running, just you. And Star Wars. And I believe Forrest Whitaker is probably a Star Wars fan. I think he is. You know what I'm saying? But I am, so I would have been flipping. I would have been doing backflips like, oh, snap, I'm in a Star Wars movie. That would have been great. But also Donnie Yen's character in this, I forgot what his name was. Oh, Lord, oh, jeez, oh, crap. But it said that Donnie Yen's character is blind, and he's not a Jedi. They made that clear. You can see him fighting with a stick, fighting some stormtroopers. But he is blind, and he uses his spiritual teachings to help him cope with his blindness, to still be able to move and function. And he believes in the way of the Jedi, and he believes they were real at this point in time. They're supposed to be, extinct, basically. That's pretty cool. We got some insight into Jen's father. He's basically like the guy that sells the big weapons and everything like that. I can't wait for this movie. I really can't. I love what they're doing with the Star Wars universe. I really do. It's not to say that everything's perfect and everything's the way I want it, but we get more Star Wars. I really don't have too many complaints. Moving on next, Power Rangers movie. Bryan Cranston playing Zordon. Now, they announced that earlier today, I believe, or it might have been late last night, but I saw it earlier this morning when I woke up. Okay, cool. I think Bryan Cranston likes to play different roles. I think he likes to be. He's got so much acclaim for roles that he's done, and in movies lately, getting nominated for Oscars and stuff like that. He's doing those important roles to really showcase your talent and your skill. I'm not saying you can't do that in a movie such as Power Rangers or a fantasy movie or something like that, but I think he likes to get around. He likes to do things. I heard he wanted to play a villain in Marvel, in one of the Marvel movies, but he just wants the guy to be really, really sinister. But, I mean, yeah, he just wanted to be really bad and nasty, I think is the word that he chose. But this is cool. I have no problem with that. I really didn't care who they got to play Zordon. But I did see some early artwork, of Power Rangers before they started filming. And I think they had Zordon inside the little chamber that he was in, where it just showed his head. I think it showed his whole body instead of just his head, like there's a guy in there floating or a guy in there resting or sitting or something like that. I don't know which direction they're going to go with, but I have no problem with Cranston playing Zordon. I have no problem with it. I really don't care who they got to play Zordon, because we don't really know how much of Zordon we're going to see. All we know is we hear this really freaky voice and see this floating head from the television show, and that was about it. So I really don't think it matters too much. Best of luck to Brian. Spider-Man Homecoming just keeps adding people. There's a guy that plays in the show Better Call Saul. I also saw him in Orphan Black. I watch a little bit of Orphan Black. And he's in Spider-Man Homecoming. Now they just keep throwing people over there. And I like it. They got some new talent. And they have a lot of people who have some, you know, the long-lasting talent. People who've been around in Hollywood for a long time. And I think most recently they said somebody was down in Atlanta and they saw Bokeem Woodbine. And if you know who he is, then, I mean, come on. It's kind of hard not to know who he is. I know you've seen him at least in one movie. This guy's been in so many goddamn different movies. And he has a very distinctive look. Not too many people look like Bokeem. But somebody saw him on set or near the set. He was walking around looking for something to eat. And they happened to mention that he was filming Spider-Man Homecoming. You know what I mean? I'm surprised we didn't hear that before he's got on set or whatever like that. But yeah, I don't know how much that's true. Some girl saw him and then she just said that. So, I mean, you know, all these other sites are throwing it out there. Like, he was seen down there. Who knows? Maybe he was visiting somebody. Maybe he's friends with somebody. Maybe him and Tom Holland ran into each other, became best friends. You never know. You know? But, yeah, he was around there. So he might be in there. Not mad at him. Indiana Jones 5. Indiana Jones 5. Steven Spielberg said that Indiana Jones will not die. He said it a couple days ago. He's not getting killed off in Indiana Jones 5. He's not getting killed off. So, you know, I think a lot of people was afraid of that. Like, oh, what are we going to do? This might be the last movie Harrison Ford plays as Indiana Jones. But also, what was recently reported was that this is all that I saw and heard. Indiana Jones 5 will not be a one-off. And for whatever whatever that means. You know what I mean? I guess it's just like, oh no, it's just not the one film we just throwing out there. I mean, do they plan on making another one? Look, Harrison's getting up there in age. I'm not mad at him. He can play Indiana Jones so he can't move anymore. You know what I mean? Or, you know, something. I don't give a goddamn. But what if they decide to go back and tell some younger stories of Indiana Jones? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we already got somebody playing young Han Solo. What if that character, I mean that actor also plays Indiana Jones and they tell some more stories? Not necessarily young Indiana Jones. They do have some young Indiana Jones stories, films for you to watch and stuff like that. But it's like, what if they start telling some, you know, stories that was in between? You know how Temple of Doom was a prequel to Raiders. You know, a lot of people might not know that. Took place in a different time. They put the date up there at the beginning of the movie, so it actually took place way before Raiders. You know, maybe they'll do some stuff like that, or sometimes in between things like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Oh yeah, and a lot of people were talking about Judge Dredd, you know, or Dredd 2. There was a movie recently that came out called Dredd with Carl Urban playing Dredd. I liked it. A lot of people were like, oh, it's nothing but the Raid Redemption with Dredd. Yeah, it did have the same type of feel. It was one of those mega city big block towers. It was, you know, like where you could fit like 100 apartment buildings in there, and the whole movie basically took place in there. But it was cool. It felt like a Judge Dredd film. It really did. I liked the film. A lot of people liked the film. It didn't do too good in theaters, but it wasn't even marketed good. I remember knowing that it was going to come out, and I didn't see commercials or anything really for it and everything. But when it came out in DVD, it was off the shelves, you know what I mean? But a lot of people thought that Dredd 2 was happening. I keep saying Judge Dredd. He is Judge Dredd. But anyway, Carl Urban confirmed that. He went right on Twitter and let everybody know this. You know, he was like, there's no development plans right now. It was just all talk. You know, I mean, they're thinking about it. You know, people discussing it. But there's nothing happening right now. They're not filming. They're not getting the production crew yet. They're not in pre-production of this movie. So, you know, we can just keep our hopes up. I would love to see another one. Definitely take place mainly in mega city a lot instead of just one of those huge apartment buildings. But that was fine. That was fine for a first one, and especially since they didn't have a huge budget on that. But no, it's not happening. Sucks, yeah, I know. But yeah, that's just some movie news. You know, I just want to throw something out there real quick because I had a hard time finding something to really want to talk about. I was reading and I was playing some video games recently. Yeah, gonna be uploading some video game footage and stuff like that. Might get a Twitch account, I don't know. But anyway, like the video if you like the video. Write some comments, share your thoughts and views on whatever the hell I just said or whatever you know. You might know more than me. Share the video and subscribe if you feel like it. And I'll see you next time.